Good morning, and thank you for joining us for SBB Live. I am honored to be here today with Dr. Michelle Brown. She is with Alternative Natural Healthcare, which is a facility here in Naples, Florida, that provides acupuncture, laser therapy, as well as essential oils. So, Dr. Brown, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and some of your background, I would be honored.
Sure. Thank you so much, Amanda, for inviting me today. I actually have my clinic in Bonita Springs, Florida, and I've been there for over 10 years. Prior to that, I practiced law for 23 years. And in 2005, my husband got a job offer, which moved us to mainland China, the big political hotbed of news information these days. And I actually lived there for around 4 years. And it was there that I discovered alternative medicine and just sort of changed my life. And when I came back to the U.S., I was retired, but I was really young. And so after about a year of just kind of traveling around and getting reacclimated to the United States, I went back to medical school. And in 2011, I graduated from the Atlantic Institute for Oriental Medicine in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And then I've been practicing in Bonita Springs ever since. So at the clinic, we have a boutique medical practice. We do acupuncture, injection therapy for pain. We have a class 4 medical laser that's used pretty much for pain and rehabilitation post-surgeries. And we do essential oils, homeopathics, and herbal and vitamin consultations for people. And so to that end, I think, that could really help us in these crazy times right now where everybody has got emotional overload and stress, anxiety about our future, and people aren't working. And so what do we do? So it could bring us hope.
Yeah, absolutely. So I understand you're following the precautions, and your acupuncture isn't open right now, but there's a lot that you can speak to and give to our viewers today. So talk to us about the importance of natural healing and how essential oils can play a part in that.
Sure. Well, right now our clinic is not open, but we have just launched our telemedicine program online. So if you go to aginhcare.com, you can register for the telemedicine platform and make an appointment to talk to me anytime. And a lot of people have been taking advantage of that now because they're looking for ways to handle stress while being at home. And having access to herbal medicines and homeopathics and essential oils is, like I said earlier, is really giving us some hope to manage that stress and to keep healthy during these crazy times. So I think, the main thing is don't worry about all the TV and publicity stuff that's going on. Use this as an opportunity to strengthen your immune system, clean your house, reconnect with friends, and, look at it as an opportunity. Usually when one door closes, another one opens, and this door slammed in all of our faces, but it's giving us a little bit of advantage to reboot. So with that being said, we can talk a little bit about some essential oils that could really help with stress and keep us safe during these times. One thing that I love in the essential oil market that's already a pre-mixed essential oil is the On Guard hand spray. On Guard is a synergistic blend of orange and clove and eucalyptus and tea tree oils, which give people an antifungal, antibacterial effect, and it's also used to boost the immune system. So by putting On Guard on your hands, you're able to cleanse them of about 99% of all germs and contaminants that you come into contact with. But the power of pure plant-based medicines, helps the immune system boost. And knocks out like opportunistic type of things. So, just putting a little bit of On Guard on the body every day could really help us. So this is the hand spray. I've been making it myself in my clinic because we ran out of the pre-mixed stuff from doTERRA a while ago, so I've just mixed it with pure alcohol and On Guard essential oil, and it's really an awesome spray to keep everywhere, in your car, in your purse, around your house. You can take it with you when you sneak out to Lowe's when you're not supposed to, because Lowe's is an essential business and it's still open. So
how would somebody get a hold of that particular mixture from you, Michelle?
They could contact me directly, or they could shop on my online store, which is drbrowns.oils.com. The doTERRA On Guard also comes in a foaming hand wash, which is really nice to have around the house. You get a little pump with it, and it's a foamy hand wash that's really nice. On Guard is just the pure oil right here. You can use this to make teas. Like I said earlier, you can put it on your hands and feet to help boost the immune system. And then if you have any throat irritations, On Guard comes in throat drops. So On Guard products are amazing. They've been around for over 10 years, and we sell a lot in our clinic. People are really looking for alternative natural sources for their health care, and we have it at A&H Care.
No, that's amazing. And I know you have so much experience with essential oil. Talk to us about the differences between brands, because I know you're a huge fan of the doTERRA brand. What led you down that path, and just talk to us a little bit about the quality of that product?
Well, when I originally moved to China in 2005, I actually wasn't in tip-top health. I had a lot of respiratory problems for about 2 or 3 years after becoming exposed to some molds and dust from some houses that I had purchased that my husband and I were renovating. And I had seen a specialist who told me, well, you have asthma and you have to take these medications for the rest of your life. But my body doesn't really accept pharmaceutical drugs very well. I have a hard time taking any kind of drugs when I'm sick. And if I do have to take any drugs, I have to really make sure that the dosages are much smaller than the recommended dose, because I really have a lot of bad side effects from them. And then to add insult to injury to my breathing problem, I got a vaccine for hepatitis and tetanus because I was a little concerned about moving to a third world country and how that would affect me. And I had a bad result with the vaccine, really bad reaction. So I get to China and I'm like just a complete respiratory mess with rashes and stuff all over my body. And I go into this Chinese medicine clinic on the advice of some friends. And within 30 days, I was off all the medications I was taking. I was taking about 7 medications at the time. And my respiration was like testing normal. So about 2 or 3 months after that, I had returned to the U.S. and I went to see my pulmonologist who did a lung function test. And he said, wow, your lungs are normal range. Keep doing what you're doing. And I told him, hey, well, that's what I wanted to tell you. I'm not taking those medications anymore. And I did some alternative treatments and I'm feeling really good. And he was just blown away. And I haven't seen him since 2006. So with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 colds, I really don't get sick anymore because I'm able to keep my immune system boosted with the essential oils. Now,
is that with a combination? Or are you doing a combination of the essential oils and a combination of acupuncture and laser therapy? Or do you really attribute to the respiratory, the help with that strictly to the oils?
Well, that's a really good question. Well, back in 2005 and 6, when I started seeing, the Chinese medicine physicians in China, I basically changed my diet and eliminated almost all dairy and, they don't really eat much bread over there, so I wasn't really getting gluten at the time. And I started doing acupuncture and herbal medicines. And that's pretty much how I cured, my problems. But when I came back to the U.S., take that back. I did I did experience some essential oils over in China, but I never really liked the way they smelled, and I really didn't find that I got any kind of therapeutic benefit from them. But when I returned to the US, I was introduced to the doTERRA brand, and I was amazed at the difference in the response that I had when I smelled the essential oils or put the essential oils on my body. And it was then that I started studying more in depth about essential oils. Because I had been going to medical school then, and I was already studying pharmacology, herbal medicine, and I understood, how medicines work. But for some reason, I was thinking, oh, essential oils are different than that, but they're really not. They're pure plant-based extracts that come from organic plants. And so when you distill essential oils from a plant that comes from the place where it's indigenous, you produce the highest therapeutic effect of an oil that you can get. And so to answer your question about, the differences between other essential oils, a recent report out there, you could probably Google it and get it, was done by an independent testing agency that showed that about 85 to 90% of essential oils on the market were found to be adulterated with either synthetic chemicals, alcohols, or other fillers. And so that's really alarming to me that people think that, well, I can just go to the local drugstore or this organic store and they're buying these essential oils that say they're 100% pure essential oils, when in fact they're not. And that has a lot to do with the way the federal government regulates the sale of essential oils. So when I found doTERRA, I really found that the transparency of their testing, the information about the sourcing, and the fact that doTERRA essential oils contain a supplemental fact on them. A supplemental fact is a statement that, I don't know if you can see that little supplemental fact, but it's a statement that means that this product is generally regarded as safe for consumption. And so when you see that in essential oil, wow, this is a supplement. Yeah, so that gives you an added, belief that you're getting a pure product than something that has a skull and crossbone on it or a warning that says not for internal use. And so, that's really, really important when you're dealing with stuff that you put on your body, because whether you're smelling it through your hands or you're rubbing it on topically or you're taking it internally, it's getting into your bloodstream in 30 to 60 seconds. Mm-hmm. And so when things go into your bloodstream, they go into your brain, right? And they affect all of the function of the body. So if you're putting something in there that has an herbicide, pesticide, fungicide, heavy metal, or something really toxic, you're going to have an adverse effect in the body. I don't know if you read maybe about a year to 2 years ago now about some essential oils that were being sold at Walmart that were like $4.98 a bottle, and they were like this giant bottle of essential oils, and people were like, wow, look at this, we're finding essential oils that are finally really affordable and really cheap. And then people started reporting that they were diffusing them in their house, saying their cats were dying. And then I'm like, whoa. So I started researching it, and I was like, wow, you're diffusing in your house something that says not for internal use. And you're buying a product that says it's a pure essential oil, but in fact, it's probably not. So, I urge people to become educated, research what they're putting into their bodies, and talk to professionals about them.
You debunk the theory that essential oils are bad for pets? Is that not a true statement?
Yeah, that's absolutely incorrect. We have veterinary doctors that have regularly done seminars for us at the conventions and online, and we can provide the viewers, little guides for essential oils with pets to show you how to use essential oils and what dosages to use. Animals are much smaller than humans, and they are more, how do you want to say, energetic with ground energies. They're closer to the ground, they have a stronger sense than humans, those kind of things. And so pure plant-based extracts are very powerful. So for a smaller dog or a little child, you really use less than what you would need for us toxic humans, that we need more to clean us up.
So Archie would need a lot less.
Yeah. Little Archie. Yeah, so, with a little dog like that, I would do one drop, rub it on your hands. Maybe they lick it off. We recently were contacted by a patient who helped a friend save a cat that was diagnosed with diabetes. And whether the diagnosis was right or wrong, after like a 10-day application of a special essential oil blend on the pads of that little cat doesn't have diabetes. So, we're not telling you anything to cure disease or,
no, but that's
or whatever, but
that's a huge statement. And I know that you incorporate all of those things together in your practice. Being a patient of yours, I've gone through the laser therapy, the acupuncture. I know every time essential oils plays a huge part of that, and I know there's a reason for it. So I applaud you for, bringing all of those things into your practice together to make sure you're taking the best care of your patients that you can. And when all of this is over, I know acupuncture is so important. It's something that, we need to educate our seniors about so they understand. Do you want to just, briefly touch on what people can expect when they come into your clinic when it is open in Bonita Springs?
Yeah, we're in the state of Florida, acupuncture physicians are primary healthcare physicians. So we provide a form of primary healthcare under the rules and guidelines of traditional Chinese medicine. And what does that mean? That means that we look at you from a holistic perspective. I'm going to give you a physical exam. I'm going to take your temperature. I'm going to look at your tongue. I'm going to feel your pulse. I'm going to check your blood pressure. So all these things are very familiar in Western treatment. But then I'm going to ask you a series of questions and really determine maybe what the root cause of your problem might be. And in doing that, we're going to try to develop a treatment program that brings back your natural vitality and energy to balance you. If you have pain, we're going to circulate your blood flow and chi. And these might sound like really weird words, but the body is an electrical machine that's constantly changing and in flux. And whether you have an injury or an illness or you're just not feeling that great, that all interferes with your body's electrical production of your body's energy. And so by balancing that through either acupuncture or dietary changes, you can regain your vitality. In addition, we're always about emotional balance with people. And so, everybody that comes to our clinic, while they're getting their treatment, will get an essential oil treatment based on, what their needs are that day. And, to that end now, while we're all at home, wondering what the next step is, using essential oils to balance your emotions would be a great way to give yourself hope and, keep calm during this crazy time. And we have a lot of great single oils and essential oil blends that, can help calm you, relax you, and maybe give you hope, reassurance, those kind of things, depending on what your situation is.
For those of us that do have a few essential oils in our cabinets, speaking for myself, are there any right now that you, as an expert, would recommend that we mix together to maybe have that calming effect?
Well, definitely lavender. Lavender is an essential oil that is known for its calming properties. You can use lavender by itself, or you can mix it with lemonade and have a lavender lemonade cocktail at your house. And you can mix lavender with, spearmint or peppermint and, give yourself an invigorating, calming feeling all at one time. I mean, most essential oils have hundreds and hundreds of uses, and they mix well with other oils. This little introductory kit has lemon, lavender, and peppermint in it. And lemon is a really great, not only uplifter for your environment, but can also be used to clean your house. Peppermint can be used to ease headaches and stomach discomforts and those kind of things. So, lemon, lavender, and peppermint in the little introductory kit is always a great way to start. You can get, individual oils. Lemon comes in an individual oil itself. We've got eucalyptus, which is great for respiratory. You name it, we have it. I have an oil for that.
I have an oil for that. I love it. All right. So after today and we live stream this, I will be putting up Dr. Michelle Brown's contact information so you can reach out to her to talk about some essential oils and maybe get your introductory kit. Also, so when this is all over and we can resume our normal lives, to take acupuncture into consideration for your daily routine. So I'll definitely get that information up on our website and after we are able to live stream this. So Dr. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us for today's episode of SBB Live. We really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you again when the clinic's open.
Thank you, Amanda. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.